Hey, what's up? Jay, back again. This time with another TV show review. The Last of Us season one review. Yeah, I took another break, middle break after coming back. I just had a lot of stuff going on, but so it took away from me doing videos. So now I'm back officially. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, I'm back. Um, talk about The Last of Us. If you're a fan of the video game franchise, I don't see why you wouldn't like the show. It was very spot on. I've only played the first Last of Us video game. I haven't played any of the follow up games, so I can't really speak about what happens in those specifically in those games. But I have played the first one, and I did beat it. Took me a few tries, but overall, I eventually did beat it. A very cool game. Going into the TV show, when I found out they were doing a TV show adaptation, I was a little skeptical at first, because we already know, video game, adaptations when it comes to movies and shows. Most of them have, most of them aren't good. Some of them are, like the Sonic the Hedgehog game movies, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, this, and a few other ones, that are, actually spot on. But yeah, this is pretty good, man, from start to finish. It's only season one is only 9 episodes. Um, episode one, when you're lost in the darkness, when we get a flashback to 2003 of the virus breaking out and starting the apocalypse, leading up to present day to our main characters, Joel and Bill. Um, you know, we get to see their journey and how this crisis has affected them. Up until this point. Episode two, infected. Um, where we also flashback to 2 days before the outbreak. You know, the characters try to break down as to what was the cause of it and how to neutralize it. Episode three, long time with Joel and Ellie begin to take a hike with to meet other characters, and it just leads into a bunch of chaos. But it was also pretty good, and also good development for the two main characters. Episode four, Please Hold On to My Hand, which is also a very good episode where Joel and Ellie go to Missouri, and they end up getting ambushed because they know people out there that can help them with food and resources, stuff like that. Pretty cool episode. Episode five, Endure and Survive. Another dope episode where we're introduced to Henry and Sam, and they form a truce between Joel and Illy. Sorry. And we later found out that Sam has leukemia, so forth. So they deal with that. Another cool, heartfelt, heartfelt episode. Episode six, Ken, which is pretty much Last of Ken. Where we flash forward 3 months after Henry and Sam's deaths, what and whatnot. Cool episode. Episode 7, Left Behind. This is pretty much an Ellie centric episode. Um, Joel is kind of like out of commission due to the previous episode, so he's kind of like in a like tucked away like in an abandoned house out in the wilderness, and Ellie has to go out to the town, find medications and food and stuff to help him out, stuff like that. And she later meets another survivor who hasn't been affected by the virus. Um, so they end up getting along and hitting it off pretty well. And Ellie later forgets, you know, slowly starts to forget about Joel, and then she gets affected. At the end of the episode, they get attacked by an infected, and she gets scratched at the end of the episode, and she starts to panic, stuff like that. Pretty good. Episode 8, which is the second to last episode of the season, When We Are in Need. Ellie, still leaves Joel behind, who is still recovering from his injuries, and she meets a fellow hunter named James, who tries to lure her in and whatnot. And Ellie is kind of down and depressed about being affected, and her later eventually about going to die and whatnot. So it was another very cool episode. And then coming down to the season 1 finale, Look for the Light, where we get a quick flashback of Ellie's mother being affected, and she coming to terms with it, and she later reunites with Joel, and he recovers, and then they still go and look for the virus, and look for the cure. I'm sorry, look for the cure for the virus, and it's later revealed, without going fully into detail, it's later revealed at the end of the episode that Ellie is actually immune to the infected. So the scratch that she got 2 episodes prior, we later find out in this episode that she's immune to it, just like in the game. Like I said, I've only played the first game, so I can't really speak on any of the follow-up games. But yeah, man, this is a dope finale, man. A lot of personal story, a lot of development for our characters, in their search, to find a cure. Yeah, man, I take my hat off, man. Like this shit was really good, cause like I tuned in literally every week, as it was, like the first 9 weeks for this, man. Like every episode had me like wanting more, and then after it wrapped up, I went back and binged the entire season, like all 9 episodes back to back. This shit was great, man. It made me love it even more. Like I said, man, for any fans, if you are fans of The Last of Us, like the game franchise, I suggest watching this too, man. You'll love it even more. It's already been renewed for a second season, which I'm super hyped about that. Yeah, man, I'm gonna continue supporting this franchise. But yeah, until then, I got 2 more videos coming up after this. 2 movie reviews, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and John Wick, Chapter 4. Both of those reviews are coming up next. So until then, stay tuned. Peace, one love.